So, remind me, did we leave off with you all going to bed and waking up, or were you?
Yeah, we woke up and we had breakfast.
We had
Uh,
breakfast and we were going to the ball.
Yep.
and
That's what
did your garments arrive?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Ah, so,
And Vaznix has a hole for a tail that he doesn't have.
so Moyle the royal tailor arrived and delivered your clothing, and uh, and Drios, while you all are sort of trying on your clothing and getting ready and everything, Drios dips into his room and doesn't come out again. Um, and maybe one of you will go look at the room, but Drios is not there. And as you're sort of finishing getting ready, someone appears out of one of the bedrooms because there's 6 bedrooms off of this hallway, and y'all have only been occupying a few of them. Someone else comes sort of walking out of one of the bedrooms, looking a bit confused, not recognizing you all, but maybe recognizing the hallway and the rooms that she's in preparation for the brunch ball, where she might have slept before she went to a brunch ball. Miki, what do they see when you come out of this bedroom in the hallway?
Yeah. So uh, you see a tall elven woman with a little bit more. Her ears are a little bit more. I'll just say Fey-like. She has more of a tan skin with dark chestnut hair that kind of rests like going down past her shoulders. She dresses in brown robes with like orange accents. She has heeled boots, and a key feature that you notice is that she wears a large choker around her neck with a large amber gem right in the center.
Nice.
And
Very
what does Miki see when she sees you all putting on your ball clothing and such? What do you all look like to her?
Well, Kaz, he's like a he's like an average size human, like 6 foot. Um, he's 38 years old, so he kind of looks like has some like a very few gray streaks in his hair, kind of longish hair a little bit. Um, he's not like muscular or nothing like that. He's of like more of like a light thinner build. He's got on a black dress coat with gold seams on it. Um, he has a oh yeah, he gave his rapier to Drios. He has no weapon right now. I almost forgot that part.
Did what?
Yeah, he has all of her weapon. Let's
Why?
go.
Remind me why he gave his weapon to Drios. What he was doing?
Oh,
sneak it in.
Drios. Yeah, he's going to
Oh
sneak it
yeah, he
in.
has everything. That's why I don't
Oh
have
no.
anything equipped.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes, I
wait.
do. Yes,
That's
sir.
not good.
Let's
Well,
go.
I will say that if you go into the room that Drios went into, the items that he took are on the bed. He left them behind wherever he is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Remind
But
me again. Are we able to equip these items for the ball, or are we supposed to be going like just in the fancy clothes?
either way, in Elenia Toth, people not only do people duel to become an adult, but it's also legal for people to have a duel once a year. And so people will just randomly challenge each other to duels. So it's not too
It
strange.
wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, it's not too strange to have weapons at in a court event. but it could affect, how people talk to you or what they see about you when you appear. So I think you'd be able to surmise that much.
Nice. And yeah, just basically ordinary kind of guy. Nothing really pops out. He doesn't have any kind of signature.
All right.
Basnik, what do you look like?
My weakest point in D&D is describing what my character
Oh, I feel you.
looks like.
Imagine a
Uh,
horse.
If you
No,
will.
he is a human man in his mid to late 20s with bright purple eyes, a full beard. Right now he is dressed as Rios, who wears a pirate's cap, kind of, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drios is a small tabaxi that dresses like Puss in Boots. And
Yeah.
when everybody was telling the royal tailor what they wanted to wear for the ball, Basnik didn't have the vaguest idea what to wear, so he just said, "Give me clothes like Drios." So he's currently wearing like a big dashing hat with a feather and this like puffy coat thing and big boots with turned up tops and looking more suited for court than he was previously.
Yeah, he's got like a very full beard that comes out like an inch off his chin, and he's got like shorter on the sides ish, and then like a little comb over.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And Crash, what do they see when they look at you?
So Crash is currently in the middle of putting on a dress over her clothes. But she is like a 5'4" tabaxi woman. The main thing is that she looks weirdly metallic. Like she has like very sharp, almost geometric features and this like shiny black fur that kind of just doesn't really look like individual strands of fur. It's a little bit like solid and strange. Her eyes are these like solid white geometric shapes. And she's wearing sort of bandages around her chest and on her forearm. And she is missing an arm just below her right shoulder. Let's see. She has 6 silver bells on her ears that kind of flop out as like earrings, just 3 on each. And yeah, she currently puts on this like long kind of slightly, I think, poor quality looking like white puffy dress that she lays over her usual clothes.
Yeah, and your request for the tailor was to look like the princess
The
of
princess of a impoverished country. I've decided what that means for her is it's like, I know this doesn't make sense because we're in a fantasy world, but it looks a little plasticky. Like it's just like weird thin material. There's like this peach inner lining, and it's very poofy. It's not well fitted. But I think one of the like uh it cuts off at her right shoulder, so it doesn't have like a sleeve that goes off into nothing. Um yeah. Oh, it has like I think like lace sort of decoration on it, like white lace.
and Zach is wearing a black overcoat with gold thread right now.
Yeah.
Or Kaz. And so yeah, you three are getting ready in this hallway, and then you see this mysterious, confused looking lady walk out of one of the bedrooms, and I'll let you all interact with each other.
Right.
Oh, good morning. I have a meeting with the cat person. I'm gonna go knock on Trios' door. Trios. Drios.
No answer.
Cazador would come right next to Vaznik and continue. Trios,
Drios.
Trios,
Drios.
Trios.
Drios.
I need my sword, Trios.
There's no answer.
Do you think he's mad that I wore the same thing as him?
Check if the door's unlocked.
Maybe. Oh, good idea. Wait, but what if he's
Also-
like dressing or something like that?
Just do it. I feel like you've been
You don't
knocking for a
wanna
minute.
see him
Also,
indecent.
Hat, who is this?
Yeah,
I
hi.
immediately
Do you
adjust
think
this
Oh.
person.
do you think we should open the door or wait?
Yeah, do you think we should wait? Sorry. What? Yeah. Who are you?
Yeah, so she just looks very confused and very out of her element, like her eyes are wide. You notice that she doesn't speak. She instead pulls out what is essentially a magic whiteboard and writes hello. Her hand is kind of shaky, and she writes down, "My name is Miki, and what's something weird happened. I don't know where. I know where I am. I just I don't know who you are."
Well,
Oh,
I don't think you should. We haven't introduced
Right.
ourselves. My name's Basnick. Hi, nice
Mm.
to meet you. I'm trying to meet my cat friend. We're supposed to be like matching and stuff, but I think I might have scared him off.
Mm.
You know, a horse wears it better than a cat, to be honest.
yes. He just could not bask in your glory for that long, I
Perhaps
assume.
not. It's embarrassing to go to a
Well,
thing
you know, he
matching.
does do this though. Like he has a track record of, just
Really?
being
Mm.
Yeah.
sneaky.
Hmm.
All right, wait. So you know where you are, but you don't know. So you're confused. Why are you confused? If you know
Mm.
where you are.
Right.
Because I don't know where Drios is.
Right. Sorry, I was addressing this new person,
Oh,
but I
my
guess
bad.
you can answer too. That's fine.
Uh, DM, am I didn't. I kind of asked this, but I forgot to ask for specific clarification. Am I still hurt from?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you see her very bloody, and she is not in the best of shape. So she's just like, she writes down, "I don't remember. I think I was in a fight or something. I don't know."
Oh well,
And-
that would never happen here. We're in the
Right.
castle.
Yes.
We'll keep you. It should all be fine.
They-
I'll
He's
just
like
give you a.
private room.
She
Mm.
I'll
she
give you a
literally
pat on the back. I'll do down age. Like you're bleeding, right?
Hmm. She writes down, I remember helping out and doing something to find the prince and coming back with my companions, and it all gets fuzzy from there.
I'll do a Balm of the Summer Court and heal you.
Having trouble hearing you, Baz.
I will heal you 5 HP and 2 temp because I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Nice. Oh,
5
As
HP
a def-
into temp.
Yep,
Okay.
5 HP and 2 temp because I rolled a 2 and a 1.
gotcha.
Cazador, while Vaznik and Crash are talking to her, he's going to check the room that Miki just came out of. Because for her to come bloody out of a royal room like that, he's going to kind of like assume maybe she killed someone in there. Like maybe some
Mm.
bad happened in there. So he's just going to check it out. If something did happen, like he just doesn't want to be taken by surprise.
All right, you go in there and it looks like an untouched guest room. It looks the same as the other rooms that you all were presented with the night before, but it does not look like anyone has slept there. Yeah, and it's definitely untouched.
Oh my god, I know what happened.
What?
Drios is missing,
Oh
and we have this new person.
man.
You don't
Right.
mean
It's like Freaky Friday, but without
Wait.
the freaky.
Huh.
Wait.
What's Freaky Friday?
It's Friday the 13th.
Right, that's true. I know that
Swap
somehow.
places.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wait,
I,
hold on.
Well, Drios isn't here, otherwise he would have answered the door because
I
we're
guess
supposed
so.
to be matching today, and he
Also, you
wouldn't mess
said,
up the matching day.
wait, this
yes.
person said they were looking for the prince,
Wait, yes.
which is impossible.
Wait, but the queen did say she sent others before us and they did not return.
No, I met.
She listed names,
well,
though. This one wasn't one of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
I met a few of them.
you did.
Mm,
Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting.
So
mm.
how the hell did you know?
did I know what?
Mikey,
Oh,
about
you're
the
not.
prince.
Again, you're not talking to me. My bad.
I'm so sorry. I feel bad.
You know, I
somehow.
just feel like everyone's talking to me all the time. So
Mm. Yeah, Miki writes down that she remembers with another tabaxi, they went out to find the prince and found him in a rebels camp and found another another companion, and she feels that they also found another companion later on, but that one's a little bit more vague in her memory.
were these
Uh,
rebels children?
she shakes her head, yes.
Right. So we found the prince. Like, we found him and brought him back.
Mm,
So something's wrong.
Hmm.
mm,
Cazador would look at Miki and
mm.
he would ask her, "Can you speak Elvish? Is that why you were writing or no? Do you
Uh,
do you know language or no?"
yeah, Miki shakes her head. She does minor illusion to speak, and you hear a I can't do the accent because I've been trying to learn this accent for her. I just can't do it yet. But you
Cool.
hear a kind of Bristolian British accent, a little posh, but a little bit out in the countryside. You hear her answer, uh, I know how to speak. I just can't without the aid of magic.
Oh, my apologies. I just thought maybe you for some reason could not speak our language.
Mm,
I know Elvish. That is why I asked.
mm. And she looks impressed by this, and uh, yeah, she just looks impressed.
Oh. And Kazdor would look over at Kraj and Basnik and just be like kind of doing this. Be like kind of get a little bit close to them if they're kind of close
Yeah.
together
Kind of
and just
conspiratorially.
says just saying a low tone like she got the details right. Like the children's camp, the prince was there. To my knowledge, no one else knew. She wasn't one of the heroes sent before us. This is very weird. What do you guys think of this?
Think.
I
Oh,
No, you go first.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need all the friends we can get. I don't think we should spill the tea about the sacrifices and stuff,
Hmm.
but I think as long as they are friends of us, then they can assist us. And maybe if we learn more about them or we come to trust them, we can involve them more. But I think we should keep the hush hush, hush hush.
Agreed.
Which means if they talk to me, I'm fucked. I can't lie. I'm terrible at it.
I went to either they're being mind controlled or they're a spy.
Spy.
But I'm
That's so negative. Why would you go right to that?
I mean,
I
look,
respect it. I respect it. Yes.
that feels the most reasonable to me. Or we're being mind controlled, or we're maybe want to use a spy. No, that doesn't make sense. Look,
No, I'm
I
not a
think,
spy. I'm a horse.
yeah, we all know.
Yeah.
Just you see in the corner just her writing out horse question mark and then just drawing a picture of a horse and then just equal sign and then just a just a drawing of him, and she's just very confused by that.
Trust me, if I showed you, you would lose your eyesight by the beauty.
Isidore shakes his
Especially in
head.
your suit. Man.
I think I'm
Yes.
going to homebrew your subclass a little bit. I'm gonna homebrew
Horse.
your subclass a little bit so we can
Oh God.
lean into the story a little more.
I would honestly love that.
It's like two horse beings being like, our son, we finally found you.
Yeah, we'll chat during the week. Like
I've abandoned my
Primordial.
entire backstory I wrote. I'm just like horse fan. Should name myself Bojack.
Yeah, I'm zipping my lips, but you feel the time getting closer to brunch ball time. The rays of the sun and the one really expensive clock both support this idea.
So, do you think we need like our armor and stuff? Because I gave my armor, my shield, and my weapon to Drios.
Yes, I would say 100%. It is
So how do we
better.
get into his room?
Well, we did not try the doorknob. It may be unlocked. If it's not
Why would he
locked,
leave it unlocked? That's so silly.
why would he not be here? I don't know.
That is so.
I attempt to open the door.
The door just opens up, and you see all of your items that he took are like laid out on the bed, but he's not in the room.
Did he leave a note?
Nope.
Oops. I told you. Okay.
Behold the
Isidore-
power of decision making.
Isidore goes into the room, finds his rapier, and then gets his like little belt thing to sheath it.
Kaz, you are familiar in the ways of these courts and stuff. Is it wrong to carry a shield and like armor? Like, what if instead of this like vest that I'm wearing, I put because it's just like a vest of armor that I'm wearing, and then I put the suit over it. Is that wrong?
I would say
It makes me
no.
look more buff.
It does, but
Yeah.
in these types of circles, it would stand out more as silly rather than anything else. It's better to be prepared.
Well,
Don't get me wrong, but if you were
what about a shield?
a shield,
What if I just strapped it to my back?
I would say
What if
the
I used it
shield-
as my plate? I've
oh,
done that before.
okay, that would be stoic. I think that would leave a good impression on a lot of people.
Yeah,
That
if I use my shield as a plate, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I won't take
Yes.
the armor, but I'll take the shield and use it as a
Sounds amazing.
dinner bowl.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Yes, yes. Now, about the Miki person, I think we should at least have her tag along just a little bit to see what's going on. I do not presume she is a spy, because spies usually would present themselves in a very, very delicate manner, make it
Why don't
somewhat
we just
believable.
ask?
Yeah,
I'll go
I'm
ask.
thinking either like reverse some kind of strange like memory prophet, or she's from another timeline, but that doesn't sound reasonable.
Yes, that
Um,
sounds silly. Very
Yeah,
silly.
Can I just go ask?
Yes.
yeah, go ask.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, Miki,
You see
are
her
you a
shoving.
spy?
Yeah, you see her catch her in the middle of shoving a piece of bacon in her mouth, and she just looks up and she's just like, mm-mm.
Can I do an insight check?
Say check.
Hey, yes, yes. Please roll it.
What is my insight?
Could be pretty good. Damn, a
18.
+7. Yeah, she seems very not a spy.
Not a spy. All right. What was the other question? Oh,
I don't know.
Miki. What'd you say, Crash? You had another idea.
Did I? Oh, what memory prophet? Yeah. Do you have like memories of things that you can't remember? I don't. It's a weird concept.
Okay, you have to explain that because I don't
Okay,
understand
okay.
it. Hey,
Meek.
do you go Crash?
Okay. Do you have memories of things that have already happened but you did not directly experience, and also have general memory loss?
She writes down yes to general memory loss. She remembers everything as she's done it herself. Uh, would I have some fragmented memories of future events?
Yeah, you have fragmented memories of future events.
Mm.
Not enough to not enough to metagame, but enough to be strangely mysterious.
Yeah, she says she remembers a stairway leading down, uh, and some sort of party, uh, and some sort of council at some time.
Well,
But she
Mickey,
can't remember any details besides just quick flashes.
let me be the first to tell you. All stairwells lead down if you're standing at the top of them.
The wisdom is outstanding.
Minky kind of just shakes her head and just like, oh, okay. Not really sure how to take that, but she's just like faking knowing that she knows what he's talking about.
Cazador would actually note that in his memory about the stairway. Um, just to see if that will actually come to pass, or if she's just kind of crazy a little bit. He's going to look at the time, the clock. He's going to look back at Baznik and everyone. It's like, oh, my word, the ball is pretty close. Do you all wish to go now? And
Oh yeah,
Mickey,
we have to
there should be some
game
food.
plan.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember from it was just a few hours ago, but it seems like it was a week ago. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay by the prince and make sure his stuff isn't poisoned.
Oh, interesting idea.
Yeah. I can do that for a little while. And then if it does get poisoned, I can fix it.
That sounds wonderful.
Supposedly. I don't know. Never done this before.
Oh, yes, that
Trust me.
duly noted. Okay, well, I will go mingling around and try and rally some people, some nobles to our side. That is my main objective. I think the most amount of allies in the shortest amount of time would be most beneficial right now. Assuming something is off.
I agree, but I also just have a worried feeling about the prince, so I just want to be by standby.
Okay. I respect it. Crash, what do you want to do?
Good luck. Yeah, I don't know much of anything about how to interact with nobility, but I was thinking I'd talk to that Killshaw person, the queen's fixer or something. seems interesting.
So, as you all are discussing, the door at the end of the hall opens, and it's Valentis. And he at first he just sees Kaz and Basnik, and he says, "Good morning. The prince sent me to check in with you all, as the ball is only a few minutes away." And when he sees Miki, and there's like a strange deja vu in his eyes when he sees her, and he says, "Ah, who is this? Is this your companion too? I did not see her before. There's something familiar about you. Have I met you?"
Mickey kind of writes down, do you not remember me? You look like you're more toned and less frail.
He looks he's 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 still is walking with a limp, and he says, "I don't remember you, but something tells me that I know you. It's very strange. Is this one of your people, part of your group?"
Yes, this is my cousin.
Yeah, horse cousin.
He kind of just looks over very confused, and then it's just like, okay, I'll play along.
Roll,
like,
roll
okay.
perception.
All
Me?
right.
Can I-
Oh, I got a
can-
plus actually to this.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. That's wrong.
Can I give the help action by saying horse cousin?
Sure, as long as you have proficiency in deception. Yep.
Oh, I for sure don't.
No.
No.
Valentis is like, if I'm not mistaken, this is an Eladrin. It would be very strange if you were cousins with an Eladrin. But
Why? Because I'm a horse.
he looks a little confused at you, and he looks at the other two, and he says, "But if this is your cousin by trade, I I suppose that would make sense. If this is your bosom buddy cousin." He's like, if this is your cousin of the heart, then I understand. She will be attending the ball with you all.
Mm-hmm.
Kaz would look over at Mickey, like kind of like with a questioning look, like leaving the answer to her.
Miki looks over to you guys, and she writes down, if it's okay with you guys, I have nowhere to go, and I'm scared to be alone at this moment. So may I join you guys?
Cazador would shake his head, like gracefully, and just say, "Yes, of course.
Mm.
Do not fret. Would you like to accompany one of us on our endeavors, or would you like to just be in the ball?"
She'll say, I'll like to, well, she'll write down, I'll accompany you guys. You three seem trustworthy.
Cazador would look over at Besnik and then back at her. "If you say so. Okay. Yes." And then you'd look back at him to say, "Yes, she will be accompanying us."
Valentis looks Miki up and down, and then leans back out in the hallway and waves a finger, and you see him whispering with a servant, and then he comes back in to talk to you, and says, I've sent for something a little more appropriate, that is not covered in blood, for her to wear to the ball. I assume I assume you were doing something in service of the kingdom.
She replies, kind of sadly, writing it. Like you see her face kind of go down a little bit somber, and she writes down, yes, I think that's what happened. And she also writes down, don't worry about clothing. I have a spare change in my pouch.
And you do have a pretty clear mental image from that final conflict in your mind, that that tells you what the end result of it was.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm imagining like faces glitched out, kind of not seeing what those faces were and kind of what the general appearance of everything was. I'm kind of picturing that as like fragmented memories.
yeah, yeah. There's like there's a lot of it that you don't remember about the future, but you do have a clear moment, a clear view of and
Yeah.
and the so while Valentis is waiting for this servant to bring you your dress, I know you said you have the change of clothes, but he just starts droning in the Valentis way. As Valentis does, he just starts into a long speech about everyone who is known to be in attendance at the ball, and little bits and pieces of information about each one of them. And he just talks and talks and talks, telling you about, he says, well, the Stuyvesants will be there, and they love hunting. One of their young people, Petra, recently went missing, but Agatha Stuyvesant sits on the Queen's small council, and he just blabs about every detail that you could possibly know, giving you this really sort of boring tutor-like lecture on all the nobles and who's going to be there. And I've pasted the short version of that into the chat. As he's droning, a little fellow appears behind him, some sort of servant in a little black felt hat and a little black outfit, and he waves at Cazador to come over and speak with him outside in the hallway for a second.
Cazador would give him a confirming look like that, look back at the others, and just tell him, one moment, please.
You need
Someone wants to
anything,
talk.
just mouth the words.
Absolute. And then he would give them like a courteous bow and then walk over into the hallway.
And this smaller fellow is about he's a 5 foot tall human with dark hair, and just kind of small of frame as well. He whispers to you out in the hallway. um Apologies to interrupt. I've been sent by the Queen and the castle guards to do some research for you. Apparently, your reward included some information. If you let me know where and when where you'd like me to look and what you'd like me to look for, I can try to get you some results as quickly as possible. And you notice by the cut of his clothing that it almost seems like it's his job to do this sort of thing.
Oh, okay. He would like just eyes wide for a second, just like surprised at how fast the Queen was able to get him. He would shake his head up and down and whisper back, oh, No apologies needed. Thank you for your haste. Truth be told, I did not expect this so soon. Yes, Is it a problem that it happened 8 years ago? That is my first question to you.
No, it's not very long ago at all. You tell me where to look and tell me what you'd like to know exactly, and my associates and I will get you answers.
I thank you. I had a house in the city not too long ago, 8 years ago, I mean, and my wife and child were both murdered. It was just a normal day. I came in after going to Fall with for some, like, just helping out with the commoners and just things that we would normally do. And I come home to see them just dead, just butchered. And for a year, I searched and I could not find nothing. If you could start here or Fall with, whichever you think would be the most likely, I would be most appreciated.
Do you have anything that would serve as a clue? Any idea of who might have been behind this? Anything at all that we could start from?
The only thing that comes to my mind is my family name is Notlim. I come from a nobility, and before they detested our relationship, and it only escalated once we were married and then had a child. And I do not think they would do such a thing, but they're the only ones that I know of that were very adamant about us not being together and sullying the noble name, not carrying on. That is the only thing I can think of.
And he says, okay, we will get back to you soon if we can find anything. If you need to reach me, my name is Hejad Featherforce, so feel free to ask for me. And just so you know, we work for the prince too. We work for the
Oh,
prince too.
yes.
And then he darts off.
Quick question: was
Hmm.
that in eyesight of Basnick?
You saw Kaz, you saw this person waving at Kaz, and then you saw Kaz slipping out in the hallway to whisper with that person. So if that attracted your interest during the monotonous speech of Atlantis, you you
Yeah,
know,
because I talked to cats and I have observant, so I was wondering if I could read their lips.
Mm.
did you
Ooh.
did you go peek out into the hallway?
If they were in the hallway, no, I would have left them. I would have figured it was a private conversation, and Kaz would have let me know if I need to listen. But if they were not in the hallway, if they're just like in a corner, I would have read their lips just to, cause I'm curious.
Well, they went out in the hallway, but I'll have you roll perception. And maybe you caught a snatch of the whispering before he went out or before he went in, or at the beginning or the end of the conversation, based on, where everybody was positioned when they started whispering to each other.
Well, that's not very good. I rolled a 7.
But you put with a +9, that makes it
Oh
a
my
Yeah,
God.
Oh,
skill expert, baby.
oh, stop. Let's go.
So I think I think you just caught the end, right? As Kaz was sort of heading back into the room and you saw this little guy go my name is Hajad Featherforce, and remember, we work for the prince too, and then zip off. So
Okay,
that's
cool.
what you caught. Uh Meanwhile, the rest of you are listening to Valentis drone on about everybody. He says, well, Hortense Bancroft is the head of the Temple of Tactilius and Gazul, and as you know, they are obsessed with ambition and hedonism, depending on which of the two gods is of interest to you. So Hortense will be there. She's much more interested in Tactilius than Gazul, of course. But yes, one of the two high pontiffs, and he's going on and on about all of the people that are going to be there. And as he starts to wrap up, the servant comes in with the dress for you, Miki, which is kind of a boring whitish dress, moderately similar to Crash's dress. It seems to be like what they have lying around for random moments. So up to you if you want to wear the one you have with you, or just wear the blood, or offering.
Yeah, she takes it, but she's gonna change into her dress that she had prepared before. For that she remembers having tailored by a weird creature, but doesn't remember his name. And so she's very quickly cleans herself off and changes into that one.
Oh, and you put on the dress, and it is beautifully, perfectly tailored, as if by a real tailor.
Mm.
And
Do you want me to describe that one?
yeah.
Yeah, so you see kind of a more her robe kind of hung a little bit more loosely, but this is a little bit more tighter fit dress. It's a kind of dress that kind of changes color depending on the light. So it's constantly shifting kind of similar to like those silvery Ticonderoga pencils, if you know what those are. And they're kind of just rainbowy, and she kind of wears that.
Nice.
Looking.
Is it? Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, there. Is it rainbowy, kind of like oil? Like when it gets on the ground, all that. Is it like that kind of rainbowy, or
Yeah, kind of like that rainbowy.
nice? Cool.
So she's looking good. And elvish.
Snap.
So yeah, Valentis finishes up and says, well, if you'll all accompany me, I think it's time we attend the ball. And do you all accompany him?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to, while we're walking, talk to Miki real quick, though.
Gotcha.
So before that, I'll just say that as you're walking, Valentis reminds you all in a whisper that the goal of the ball is to gain as much influence among the nobles as possible. In case the evidence does point to the queen being evil, then it will be easier to replace her if you have the support of the Council of the Blooded, made up by the various nobles. So the idea should be to make as many friends as possible. And he leads you all out through the castle, through the southern entrance of the keep, and then around to the east, where there is this elaborate Baroque facade mansion that appears to have been erected on the eastern side of the castle grounds, solely for the purpose of entertaining the court and visiting nobles. And I'm going to dig up a picture of that as you talk to Miki.
Excuse me, Miki.
Mm.
I know you do not speak. Is that because of you cannot or you will not?
She writes down, yeah, she cannot. And like you, as
Would
like a
you?
demonstration, she kind of tries speaking, and it's the kind of voice that you get of it's worse than when you are sick and you have like a sore throat and you can't talk. It's worse than that. So she's still able to formulate words for her spell casting, but they're nearly inaudible, if that makes sense.
Fear not. I just want to let you know that if you need anything, you need not write on the whiteboard for me. Just mouth the words, and I'll hear you.
Yeah, and she casts message to you quickly, and she responds, "Don't worry, I have my tricks to work around my condition."
I will be with the prince. If you see anything, please let me know.
She shakes her head and nods in affirmation.
I'm gonna milk this observant.
Yeah, that's a really good use of the observant feat. Is the mute character can just mouth what they mean at you.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
you all come up to the front of this very elaborate Baroque mansion for entertaining diplomats, and there are a number of people entering, a lot of people who are dressed to the nines, although many of them are just sort of lowly courtiers and hangers-on that are gathered around the entrance and arriving and entering. And as you all start to approach with Valentis, there's a lot of polite golf clapping for you as you come up, as it is clear that you all are the guests of honor, although a couple people look confused about Miki. Yeah. So, normally when I do this brunch ball, I have a massive piece of paper laid out all over my floor with miniatures on it. And I recently created the same situation in Owlbear, which is, it's mostly there for the visual factor. It's not really for moving your pieces around and messing with everything, but it's kind of good for seeing what's happening in the in this ballroom. So I pasted the Owlbear link in the chat, and if you all want to click through and join it, you'll see what this Baroque mansion interior looks like. Hopefully we'll get Eve back.
Hi.
What up?
Technology is hard.
Oh, you came back. I thought you fell off.
Everything. I'm currently uploading the audio from that podcast, so my stuff is very slow.
Oh, well, I pasted the Owlbear link in the chat so that you can see how the brunch ball is laid out, all of the important people in the brunch ball. And so between that list I gave you and this picture, you'll be able to see where everyone is and where everything is. And as you arrive at the brunch ball, it becomes clear that there are so many people. There's so many people that you're gonna have trouble finding enough time to talk to everyone. Let me get my new music here. It is a big party and lots of people standing around. Some are dancing to people playing violins and stuff. There are definitely servants heading around with various hors d'oeuvres and such, and it's full of people. The important ones are marked on your map, and someone's distracting me with their ruler.
Sorry, I was measuring.
You know I love a good ruler. So yeah, so people are dancing, servants are walking around. I'm gonna stop looking at them. Servants are walking around carrying mimosas, whatever those are, on trays, and little hors d'oeuvres and stuff. And you definitely are aware that you're at a large party, which is in your honor. And once it feels like everyone is there, there is sort of a master of ceremonies person, um, who raises his. Oh wow! It says that Eve is not in this meeting when I try to message her.
Really?
Wait,
What's up?
okay,
Gasp.
that one works. Yeah, it's like a different iteration of you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Things are weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got all the things. Now the only remaining thing is to join the brunch ball.
Gotta grab that
The
owlbear
the
light.
owlbear app, yeah. So I have to like not look at the thing so I can keep my train of thought. Good old ADHD. So yeah, you get in there and you realize that you don't have time to talk to everybody. It's a huge building. There are people in every corner. You can kind of figure out where everyone is. But basically, you realize that you each have time to have two conversations and to participate in one activity. You each have time to participate in two conversations and in one activity. When I say one activity, I mean that the brunch ball has a hedge maze, a dance competition, and a riddle competition. And all of those games are going on at the same time as everyone's standing around talking to each other, eating hors d'oeuvres and sipping things. And oh, good, we got even the owlbear. So if you see everybody around and you realize that you basically have time to talk to two people and do one activity. Now, that means each person, just like in Pathfinder, each person will have 3 actions. However, if you want to give your party member advantage on their social interaction or their activity thing, you can sacrifice one of your turns to go with them and assist them in the thing. So if you have time for 2 conversations in one activity, your friend's going to do the hedge maze, you want to help them, so you sacrifice one of your conversations so that you can go do the hedge maze with them. And each one of the activities has prizes based on your performance in the activity. So you are standing around seeing all of this happen, and the MC raises his voice and says, "The heroes of the realm, the saviors of the prince, all hail!" And everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah." They do a cheers for you. It's a big ballroom, and people are loving it. And Baz, you are up first for deciding what you want to do on your turn.
Shit.
No.
Did I just do one of them?
Yeah, you can do either a conversation or an activity. And you also could just say, like, I want to stand by the prince and watch all of his food. But you do have, I would say that you'd be able to do that and run around and have conversations here and there.
I really want to do the maze.
Well, you absolutely can.
I really want to do the maze. I want to do the maze.
Aw. Hey
Okay,
guys, I
so
thought you were gonna do the riddle contest.
Badnik,
The maze seems like fun.
when you
I'm in a Halloween mood.
when you arrive, you hear people talking about this hedge maze, and it draws your attention to the back of the mansion, where out the back door there is the entrance to this massive hedge maze with high walls. And as you head over there to the back, um, you see this butler guy out in front of the entrance of the hedge maze with a gong and a mallet standing there. And the butler intones to you the rules of the hedge maze activity. And as he's explaining it to you, you see people gathering around you, kind of like excited that one of the heroes of the realm is going to participate in the hedge maze. Now, question, would anyone like to sacrifice one of their conversation or activity turns to do the maze with Basnik and give him advantage?
Yeah, they're
Not
so smart.
particularly.
All right.
I'll be at it.
So this butler guy with the gong starts intoning to the rules, and he's like, you will have 60 tolls of the gong to get as deep into the maze as you can, and then return with the appropriate prize tag. You could have a wonderful prize. No magic is allowed or special abilities. You must use only your abilities as a person.
Question.
Yes. Yes. Can I be a horse?
Only person abilities. What about horse abilities?
And the butler thinks for a minute, and he says, "Oh, you're a druid?
No, I'm a horse.
Oh, you can turn into a horse."
Ask the prince. He'll tell you.
And he says, "Oh, let me see. Well, my sources tell me that you are allowed to do this as a horse, but you cannot do any other magical things besides be a horse. In any case,
okay, that works out better than I thought it would."
So he continues explaining the rules to you, and basically, what you understand is that the deeper into the maze you go, the better the prize tags are. So there's like these little ribbony tags that are tied to the hedges, and if you get all the way to the center, you'll get the best prize tag. But then you have to get back out of the maze. So you only have 60 seconds to run into the maze, get as deep as you can, and get back out again without running out of time. So in order to make this happen, we're going to have you do a series of rolls, and the rolls will determine how the story of the maze plays out and how how good of a prize tag you're able to get. Do you want to turn into a horse?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Is it the riding horse, or what kind of horse?
The war horse.
Oh, okay.
Exciting.
I can do a war horse, right? I don't know. I've done it before.
I thought you were joking this whole time about turning into a horse.
I am a horse. No, I'm a horse.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
You're not a moon druid, you're a dreams druid, right?
Yeah. I should get do I get half yet?
Let me see. Wild shape, a quarter or lower. So at 4th level you get half, and you're 4th level. So yeah, you can be a war horse.
Yep. War horse.
So in front of the butler's eyes and all of the random courtiers and people that are standing around watching this happen, you transform into a war horse, like this giant barrel-chested, big, danger-hooved war horse. And what do you say and do as you transform? as a horse?
Nothing. I'm a horse. I just paw at the ground. I'm go.
And the people are like, oh, 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 and they sound a bit like a horse themselves. And the butler guy looks at you and then says, "Are you ready?" And do you nod as a horse or something? I can't see you right now.
He's nodding his head.
Okay. Yeah, I'm flipping through my hedge maze rules.
Nice.
All right. So, you gallop into this hedge maze and
At 60 feet per round.
yeah, you're definitely moving quickly, but you have to find the right path. So, the first roll is going to be an investigation roll. So, I want you to tell me how your horse is using its investigative abilities to find the trail.
Well, you see, as a druid, I use my mental stats.
I understand. I just want to know what this looks like.
Well, horses' eyes are on the side of their head. So I'm just whipping my head back and forth, staring down a path, staring down a path. Ah, fuck it, let's go left. And that's how I decide.
All right, roll investigation.
Yeah. I actually have good intelligence, but I do not have proficiency in investigation. Oh, wait, why is it taking just one? I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay.
Snap.
Oh God.
I refuse to roll in that one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Describe
I've been saving that for 5 sessions.
5 sessions.
Describe how this this horse successfully uses investigation to get deeper into the maze.
He's running down. He just takes his first instinct to go down the left path, and then because his eyes on the side of his head sees that it leads to a dead end to the left, so he Tokyo drifts to the right, and then goes down the right path.
And you hear the sound of the butler's gong outside of the hedge maze, and outside of the hedge maze, they hear the beating of the horse's hooves, tearing up the ground in a way that no one has torn through this maze before. And so you very quickly and intelligently get deeper into the maze quickly. And now you've got to make a nature roll.
Okay, I'm a druid. I'm good at that.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah.
really.
What?
Are these all intelligence checks? Oh no.
Oh no. Dude, I feel for you. I feel like the
Yeah.
dancing thing is going to be charisma performance. I'm just mm-mm.
I don't know. The maze seemed fun.
We'll see.
Nice.
You said it
We'll
was
see.
a nature.
Yes.
I want to make sure I'm doing my roll right. Yep. Okay. Are you fucking?
Oh boy.
Oh no! I rolled 2 nat 1.
Uh,
Okay, describe how this horse makes and fails a nature check to correctly get deeper into the maze.
Well, there's 3 paths this time. Can't be 2. That'd be too easy. The first one, fine. The one on the right, clear. The one on the left, a single apple. God, is Basnick hungry? He didn't eat breakfast. He really wants that apple. We
And
just
the
take a
horse,
little bit of time to eat the apple.
yeah, the horse just stops and is like chomp, 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 standing still.
Yep.
All of that 60 feet per round of movement speed stuff thrown to the wind as the horse just
Yep.
stands there chomping. But then Basnick, with his mental stats being preserved inside of the horse, is like, wait a second, I'm supposed to be trying to solve this maze. And
Wait, I'm full.
one apple stall I need.
it's a good apple. And
One for
It's a Honey Crisp.
Oh, dude, that's legendary right there.
Yep.
no GMOs in this apple. So you dash deeper into the maze, and this time you're gonna make a survival check.
Survival. Oh, I'm good at these.
Nice. Let's go.
We'll see. I've been rolling like dog.
Nat 20. It's got to balance out somehow.
Nope.
Yeah, you do not
Nope.
pass this check either. So as the horse is trying to figure out how to get deeper into the maze, but ultimately realizes that time is running out, and now Baz needs to focus on getting back out of the maze before time runs out. So the horse nips one of the prize tags off the hedge and turns around. And then how do you fail this survival check to get back out of the maze?
I think he overestimates his horse abilities because horse is the ultimate form of life, and he thinks he can jump over the bramble, but can't, and so just kind of gets stuck.
Oh
and
no!
Just gotta like slowly hoof his way through the bramble. He thought it was a shortcut, but clearly was not.
And fortunately, Horse Baz sees the imprints of his footprints from entering the maze, and very quickly dashes to follow his own footprints out of the maze. But then it gets a little bit confusing, and you see the part where you like Tokyo drifted and changed direction, and your own footprints are misleading you, and you have to make one final perception check to successfully get out of the maze with this prize tag.
Nice. Perception. What I'm good at.
Let's go. You got this, bro.
There we go.
Hey!
Boom, 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 boom.
So describe how you successfully emerge from the maze using your perception horse friend.
Well, you guys ever seen The Lion King? You know that scene where one of the hyenas has a bunch of thorns in their backside?
Yeah.
It's just Baznik like that, just running out. He just wants to get out. He's so sick of this. This is not fun.
And as you roll and gallop out of the maze with the prize tag, a little pink ribbon in your horsey lips, the butler intones the final gong hit and sees you arrive out, and the butler says, "Yes, a minor gift for the horse hero of the kingdom. Well done." And some servants arrive with a little gift on a pillow for you, and roll a d4 for me.
Ooh.
Three.
And roll a d10 for me.
10.
Nice.
I think it's a random loot table. I don't know if any of this is like good or bad.
Right. I'm just hoping it's like pristine.
And on the pillow that the servants bring out for you is a medallion. It's actually a gold medallion with a horse's head on it. And okay, roll a d4 for me, and this time it does matter if you roll high. You want to roll high with this d4. Wow.
Oh,
All right. So
You made me nervous.
the dice could feel your fear.
so yeah, this horse head, this gold horse head medallion comes out, on this pillow, and the butler explains to you that this medallion contains 2 unreplenishable charges of the Speak with Animals spell, and
Oh.
and and he says, "Yes, we have many gifts in the palace stores for party games such as this. You'll be speaking with animals in no time." And it's oddly poetic as he slides the large horsehead gold medallion over the muscular giant neck of the horse.
I'll turn back into a human. I'll just walk away defeated. But trying to fucking do that.
And now you're wearing a really large medallion.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like feels kind of Flavor Flavy, this medallion. Um and now Miki, it is your turn if
Yeah.
you are
I
around.
am here. Yeah, Miki has a better bladder than I do.
So
Let's go.
so as Basnik walks back from the hedge maze, he receives polite golf claps from the various courtiers and attendees. And Miki, it's your turn. Would you like to have a conversation or engage in an activity?
Uh, I I think as she walks in, does she see Imran Dryston?
Yep. Imran Dryston is oddly, you get the feeling that she was in the same spot somewhere in your memory.
Mm. She when she sees Imran, she gets a little flash of memory, and she writes down to her party members, "Excuse me a moment. I feel like I know her." And she goes and tries to talk to Imran.
And does anyone want to sacrifice one of their things to give advantage to Miki?
I
I'll
do.
ask real quick. Okay.
Ooh.
I do
What's up?
because I don't know. Mickey seems weird, and I want to keep an eye out.
And what were you going to say, Eve?
Oh, I was just gonna ask Miki if they wanted me to come, but I won't come if Basnik's going.
Nice.
All right. So Basnik sacrifices one of his conversations to give Miki advantage on this conversation. And Baz and Miki, you walk into a secluded parlor that has fewer people in it. And Imran Dryston is a shy lady with dark hair wearing a beigeish dress, and she's holding her wine glass and just kind of staring down at it. And when you two walk up, first she sees Baz and she's just kind of like, and then she sees Miki, and she looks a little confused, and something stirs within her, and then she looks at you both and says, "Oh, hello. You you are the two. Well, I don't know you, do I? But you are one of the heroes that saved the prince, yes?" She's talking to you, Basnik.
Yes, she is, and I am the horse.
And Imran looks a little confused. Oh, and she looks at you, Mickey, and she says, "Your friend is a little stolid. I think your dress is beautiful."
Mm. Miki is going to use minor illusion to talk out loud, and she's going to say, "Thank you. You look stunning as well. I feel a certain kinship towards you for whatever reason, and I couldn't help but admire your beauty."
Roll persuasion.
Do I give advantage to one roll or all of
The whole thing.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And I would say that Baz, word of your oh damn. That's a
26.
Wow.
a
Let's
20
go.
a 26.
Jeez, bedazzled.
The
Her main
word
stat is charisma.
Nice.
word of your performance in the maze, Baz, spread around, and people think it's cool that you won a prize and that you turn into a horse. And so generally there is a slight increase in influence based on your hedging your bets. And Miki, when you tell Imran that she's beautiful, Imran looks down at her glass and blushes and looks up at you. Oh my, you look beautiful too. Oh, well, thank you for coming and talking to me. I always feel so shy at these events. It's so nice to meet someone like you and your friend here who is rather quiet. Yes. Tell me, do you both enjoy croquet?
Miki is going to say, I've never had the chance to play myself, but I would very much enjoy time to play with you.
Oh, yes, yes. Maybe sometime you could come over and play croquet in the garden.
Very much.
She looks at Basnik. Do you know about croquet? Do you play croquet?
I've never crocheted, but I've always wanted to.
And
I want to make myself a hat.
she's like, oh no, croquet is a wooden stick with a mallet, and you hit a wooden ball, and it pushes through a little archway. It's very fun, a light and enjoyable game.
Yeah. Yeah. And Miki pops in being just like, I heard in some regions they also play it with some sort of bird and dodo as a mallet, which is kind of disturbing, but interesting.
Yes, I wouldn't want to hurt any birds. Huh. And she just kind of gazes at you like she doesn't know what to say. And you Basnik would remember, and Miki would remember that Valentis told you all that Imran is related to the high seat person who was beheaded when Queen Aoife won the War of Succession 6 years ago. The Dryston family was a one of the rivals for the throne, and so Lady Peel Killshaw ran away with her army to Western Parvus, but the Dryston family high seat was simply publicly beheaded. So perhaps this memory pops into your mind as she sort of looks at you, kind of not knowing what to say and almost a little lost in your eyes. Oh.
Oh, I feel a sorrow for your husband, but hopefully, hopefully you can find peace, and I don't know quite what to say, but I wish you the best. And she's also going to hold out her hand, cast another minor illusion to kind of give like a rose to her, just like illusion rose that kind of, as soon as she touches it, kind of flakes off into rose petals.
Oh, this is beautiful. Wow. Oh. And she says, oh, thank you for bringing up the past. That is 6 years ago now. I go wherever good Queen Aoife tells me to. She is a good queen, and I'm glad that you all saved her son.
Mm. Yeah, Miki's just gonna nod, yeah, yes, and she's also gonna be just like, well, I am quite taken by your beauty. Would you like a dance?
Oh, right here in the parlor or in the main ballroom?
Perhaps in the main ballroom, or I'm not trying to force you or anything. It's only if you care for it.
Oh, oh my. Okay. Huh. I I hope it's okay with the queen that I be seen in such a manner. But please, lead on.
Mm.
And
And this is me trying to do the dance competition while also trying to woo her.
oh, okay. All right. So we'll save that for your next turn. And so Imran holds out her hand to you for you to lead her into the main ballroom.
Mm.
And and you have definitely won a lot of influence with her. She thinks you're the cat's meow. Um, and now we've got Kaz, you're up next. You can have a conversation with somebody or do one of the activities.
I think you know what I want to do. I think I've been waiting a week just to do. I would like to do the dance competition.
Okay. So you see Miki and Imran heading towards the ball and you're like, hold up.
Hold up, wait a minute.
And you run in and the master of ceremonies sees you stepping up to the dance competition and he intones one of the heroes who saved the prince would like to uh would like to participate in our dance competition. Let us celebrate his uh bravery. And people are clapping, some are golf clapping, some are like, yeah, yeah. And you and you and yourself step up and the band starts to play. There's several pieces of this classical band and they're playing a little bit of a jig on the on their fiddles. And so here's how this will work. You're going to make 3 skill check rolls. One of them will be athletics, one of them will be performance, and one of them will be acrobatics. But you will not know the DCs of each of these checks, so it will be a little tricky for you to decide which skill to use, as perhaps one will be high and one will be low or something. So I will let you roll an insight check each time to help you decide which skill to use. So the band starts playing, zoop, zoop, zip, 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 and you feel as if this is an arm dance. In fact, some of the people in the crowd are doing little arm things too, and you can tell that this is the part of the dance where the part of the dance competition where you're supposed to really impress people with your arm movements. And so roll insight to figure out which of these skills you should use here.
Okay.
Mechanically, can I use my my action, my turn, my one of my 3 turn things to help him out since I'm technically already going towards that area?
You want to sacrifice one of your conversations or activities in order to give him advantage on it?
Yes.
What's up?
Okay,
There you go.
so as Kaz, as you start dancing, you see Miki and Imran step up and start dancing too. And it's like when you're watching one of those musical movies and people are dancing in an impromptu manner, and yet it's somehow rehearsed and there's like almost like a planned dance feeling to it. And so these two are dancing on the fringe of what you're doing, and it is elevating everything about it. So give me an insight roll. That one won't be with advantage, but the skill checks will be.
Okay. And can I add something?
Uh-huh.
So on my way to it, like I would grab like a butter knife, just a butter knife off one of the tables and put it in my pocket. And this is for just in case if like things are looking bad, I need to do play the song. I can just like have that little knife in my hand. Just because
Okay,
with a rapier, people might like freak out.
sounds good.
But-
Insight wise, you can't tell which is going to be the best skill to use on the first check.
Right.
So it could be acrobatics, it could be athletics, or it could be performance, but you will have advantage thanks to Miki. Actually, I'm going to add this mechanic to it. Miki, roll me a d20.
Okay,
If it's 10 or above, he'll have advantage.
gotcha. Okay.
So
Okay, so you've got advantage on this first check. You don't
like,
know how high or low the DC is. Which of
like,
the three skills will you use?
I'm going to use athletics, which is +1.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Okay. Advantage?
With advantage, yep.
Like,
Okay, so you pass this check. So
oh, dang.
as the band is playing and people are doing arm things, go ahead and describe what this looks like as you nail this first section of the dance competition.
Dang. I didn't think that'd be that low. Um, so Cazador, he would like take a deep breath before he does it, just examining everyone. Um, after he just like has no clue after examining everyone what he should be doing, he just kind of tries to copy everyone else, but add his own little flair to it. So he's going to be throwing his hands up in the air, adding a lot of hip movement, and just kind of like gliding with his feet, um, back and forth with a little like triangle kind of movement. And especially after seeing Mickey and all them, like he kind of has like a little more confidence in himself, so he's able to do it like just like a little more spot on. He doesn't feel like silly because this is kind of like impromptu.
Nice. So you got a ballroom full of people that are yeah clapping you on as you are clearly very very coordinated and just nailing it. And now the music changes and it's got a bit of a lower tone to it. And you can tell that now it's time for some fancy footwork as you see some of the people watching are kind of moving their feet along too. And this is the foot-oriented dance section. And roll me an insight to see if you can divine which skill you should use on
Okay.
this deck. Okay, so you can tell that you should probably use your performance on this one rather than
Oh,
your acrobatics.
okay.
And Miki, roll me a d20 to see if you all will be applying advantage here. Alas, you will not have advantage on this roll.
Gotcha. Let's see.
So go ahead and roll performance.
Gotcha.
Hey, you passed the check.
Whoa.
Yes, the reason that you knew to use performance was because it's a low DC. So
Oh, okay.
as the you hear the band bum ba bum ba bum and you see people sort of tapping, you get into this foot situation and describe what it looks like as you pass the second round of the dance competition with your fancy footwork.
Okay, so after the first performance, Kaz examines everyone, and he kind of sees a lot more people like involving their feet and kind of like a very, very like a flashy kind of manner. And so he tries to just do like an old dance that he learned when he was younger, from like the nobles' ballrooms and stuff like that. He does it, but kind of like after he starts doing it, he feels like he's kind of doing it like mediocre. Like some of the moves in his head just aren't coming like muscle memory. So he closes his eyes while he does it. And he's just doing all the footwork like where you put like one foot in front of your other like that and kind of spinning every now and again. Then once he's done, he just opens his eyes and is very surprised that he got away with that.
And you see the room of people is just like, yeah, oh yeah. And you hear someone say, what a handsome man. Oh, look at the way he moves. And yes, someone sounds interested in you. And the music changes yet again, and this time it's blending both of the musical elements that you heard before, and people watching you are moving both their hands and their feet, and you see that this like final third round is kind of a full body exercise, and you're going to be making an acrobatics check on this one.
Nice.
Miki, roll to see if you're providing advantage.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Acrobatics with advantage.
Wait, is this going to be the last one?
This will be the last one of the main section of the dance competition.
Oh, snap. So will it be like downhill from here or no?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, snap. Okay. Okay.
So don't roll double ones or double twos. And you've got advantage on your acrobatics check.
Cool, cool. Plus, yeah. And here we go.
Hey,
Snap.
a 24. That's a nat 20. Oh, damn.
Oh, yes, sir.
So just I know that Trevor is really annoyed about all of these rolls being fantastic.
I know. I felt so bad when I rolled a 10. It's somehow fast. I was like, no, we're investing.
So
Online dice rollers hate me. I've never rolled good on that.
Oh no.
Oh, trust me, before the session, I was rolling not good for a couple sessions.
the
Always.
runs of luck. The
Hmm.
luck comes in runs. We get the runs of luck. So you describe your nat 20 domination of the third section of the
Dominate.
competition. And Miki, you can also join in with how Imran and you are helping make this look good.
Yeah, just me and Imran are just background dancers, and I kind of use minor illusion to kind of spotlight him,
No,
and I'll let you take it from there.
thank you. Like at that last part where everyone's like doing the whole body kind of dance, Cazador would kind of like he would kind of assume that this is going to be like the finale, like the very last, and he sees this light come over him. He's like, "Oh, this is the last." And then so he reaches in his pocket and grabs out the little butter knife and activates his blade song just for finesse. And so he's just doing just as the blade song kind of like moves him in the motions all across the dance floor, and just kind of like a river kind of dance again, like a river dance. Just completely in with the flow, um just basking in the spotlight, feeling very, very, very good.
And the people go wild. They've never seen dancing this good. You hear people whispering to each other. Oh, that voice you heard before is like, oh, that is a very attractive person. and yeah, everybody's pretty excited about it. And the master of ceremonies intones that you have won and that a prize is to be brought out to you forthwith. And go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
Okay. I don't know what that was.
One sec.
A 1.
All right, a 1. And you're using a rapier right now, right?
Right.
Okay. I just want to check one thing. That would be really nice of me if I gave you that.
If you want, you can just like flip a coin. Just like
I have a number of ways to give you things. I'm just since you got a nat 20, I'm thinking about giving you something slightly better.
Oh.
Give him a legendary magic item.
Oh no.
Roll the
Ezra
4
would just
would
like
be a
hide it.
+4.
For your sick dance moves.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking of.
I call it the butter knife.
All right. What's your favorite element of damage in this game?
My personal favorite, even though it's not always the best, is cold damage.
Me too.
Oh
My favorite
snap! Let's
cold
go.
too. So they bring you out a rapier on a pillow, and it's got little carvings of icicles and snowflakes around the handle, and it's got a blue leather wrapped handle on the rapier, and the steel has a bit of a blue sheen to it. And it is a magic +1 rapier, and the +1 damage it does is cold damage.
Dang. Let's go.
I low-key thought you just got Frostbrand.
So that means with that weapon, you'll have +1 to hit as well as do +1 damage. The +1 damage will be cold damage.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Well, don't thank me. Thank the royals that give out gifts at their brunch ball to celebrate you. So you win that, and Crash, it is your turn.
As Zora takes it like a child with candy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my intentions. I'm gonna roll up to Aloysius Killshire.
Okay. And I'm just gonna give this rapier a name. As it comes out, the prince heads over and congratulates you, and says to that was such an amazing dance, and as my bodyguard, you really should have the best weapons possible. I'm so glad you won Frostspire. It's one of our favorite weapons that we keep in storage for defending the crown at a time of need. Please enjoy Frostspire.
he would bow very deeply to the prince and accept the weapon like as he's bowing like that. Just like, and he says to the prince, "Thank you so much. I honestly didn't think that it was all that special, but I had my friends cheer me on. They did as much as me, in my opinion. Thank you so much, my prince."
And so Crash, you head over to Aloysius Killshaw, who looks alarmingly like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
I don't know what that looks like.
He's very handsome.
Okay.
Very handsome and very conniving.
Very
No, that's not
regal.
what he looks like.
Are you
Very
looking-
regal.
Did you
I'm gonna look it
Google
up.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
Google it
Google it.
already?
I'm
Or
doing
I'll-
it. I'm on my
I'll
way. Loading.
Making my way.
Oh, look at that,
Huh.
man.
It
All
looks
right,
like
those
that.
are bad pictures.
Okay.
It's very pristine, regal, commanding.
Sure.
He looks like this guy. And yeah, this makes me want to watch Game of Thrones again after looking. It's been a while. So he looks like that guy, and as you walk up to him, he just kind of sneers at you quietly.
All right. Yeah, I'll walk up to him.
And what do you say?
I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, I guess.
And he says, "Yes, wonderful to meet you."
Huh. She out loud says, huh. She's like, all right. Yeah, I was told to socialize a little. I'm not so used to the nobility as my fellow heroes are.
And you recall Valentis's describing him as the Queen's fixer, kind of her right hand. But you also know that his house is the other house that was defeated in the War of Succession, and that Lady Peel Killshaw is in the west of Parvus with her army. He remained behind, but most of his family went with her. So yeah, he looks at you and says, "Yes, it still eludes me how you got involved in this matter. What your connection to saving the prince was. I heard you are the mother of his lover."
Yep.
Can I use my other combo to give crash advantage to this combo?
Yeah, you wanna roll up on this conversation too?
Oh,
So
I don't like talking to people. I just like being around the conversation.
oh, nice. Strong and silent type.
Not
So-
strong.
You're a horse. You're strong, wise, intellectual.
and empathetic as well as a horse
Oh.
is. So you walk up in the middle of this exchange and just kind of stand there in a Basnicky way, and he said,
Hi, Basnick.
You
and
gave me this medal.
Cool. Yeah,
Oh.
neat. It suits you, I guess.
So it can already do this.
Sorry.
and Killshaw is like, "It eludes me. Oh, hello. Yes, that necklace is much too big for you.
Do you want it?
Certainly."
All right, here you
What?
go.
And Killshot takes this necklace and is like, "Wonderful." And he motions to a servant to come, and then he hands the necklace to the servant, and the necklace is spirited away.
Move that out of my inventory.
So 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 yeah, let me delete that from my little file of stuff.
Hey, I
Um,
gave him a gift though. That's how I help.
you did, and Killshaw looks at you both and says, you were not part of the original group that the Queen asked to complete her mission. I fail to understand how and why you got involved. You're the mother of his lover, and you. What did you do exactly?
Well, it's that medallion I just gave you. You see, it's a horse on that medallion.
Yes, I remember the medallion that I've put away. Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Interesting.
I'm the horse.
He, I believe, was the steed of one of our other members.
That was the princess, Steve.
Yeah.
Aloysius looks unimpressed, to say the least, and confused. Then he says, to Crash, "So you're the commoner mother of the prince's lover."
Mm-hmm. That's right. This is just so incredible. Yeah, I am very disappointed in my daughter and glad we got the prince here safe.
Killshaw says, "I told the queen that your stories were too strange and that there was no reason to celebrate you with a ball. It seems like saving the prince fell into your laps.
Well, that's not true.
Crash, roll deception with
with advantage, because thank you, Basnik.
Well, actually, I had a dream.
Oh my god. Or okay. I spread out my stats, so I have a +1 to this.
Nice.
Hey!
Oh, I can't see what I got.
20.
19
Ooh.
plus 1.
Very good.
So, he says, well, I'm glad you protected the prince. And then he looks at Basnik and he said, what were you going to say about, what did you say?
Well, it's true, I wasn't part of the original gang, but I had a dream that a little dove flew away. I thought he was an eagle. But doves are not eagles.
And Killshaw says, Are you speaking in allegorical terms about the prince?
Yeah, Basnik, are you?
That's for you to figure out.
And the rest of you realize that the dance competition that was so elegantly won definitely increased the influence overall in the ballroom with the various nobles that were around, and Killshaw looks at you both and says, "Fine then. Well, what do you wish of me?"
Right, so I grew up in Parvus in my childhood, but I moved here. And I heard word of your original house, the Kilshan folks moved up to Parvus when the Queen rose to power. I was wondering if you knew anything about those folks.
Yes, traitors all. Should all be murdered. I mean, executed.
Right. I mean, wouldn't that be your own family?
Yeah. Insight? Can I see if he's lying?
Yeah.
Can I give Basnik the help action?
If you have proficiency in insight.
Oh shit.
Okay,
all right,
as
now.
long as I don't roll below a fucking 10 again,
It was a sad day when I started paying attention to that when people ask for the help action.
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
Oh, there we
gosh.
go. 25.
Woo! Oh my
Nice.
god.
Let's go.
Hey, max wisdom, baby.
We're back.
We're killing it.
DMs frequently rule that the helping character needs to be proficient in a relative skill, although this isn't necessarily stated outright in the rules. So sometimes I might let people do help, but I think it's an interesting take on it if we only let it happen with proficiency.
I think it's cool. It makes proficiency
it's-
more important.
Yeah, it's I like it very much. I didn't know that was a thing people did, so that I like that.
Yeah, well, it's something that some people do. It's not in the rules as written, but it's an interesting way to add another layer to the ball game of layers. So as I recall, now it's disappeared, but you rolled pretty
It was like
high.
a 25,
27.
27. It
Think
was
so.
like 25 to 28, somewhere around.
Yeah.
I've completely lost my train of thought. So he asked you, what do you want?
He said that they should be murdered.
Oh, yeah, and you want-
executed, and I wanted to be like, does you really want that?
Okay, so you kind of like peek closely like at his eyes into his soul to see, what his true intentions are behind saying that. And number one, he's definitely not lying that he thinks they should all be killed. But number two, he looks like he really likes the idea, and that like it was kind of a Freudian slip when he said murder rather than assassinate.
Huh.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's what you pick up.
I say, right, wouldn't that be your own family?
He says, the queen is my family, not those traitors. The moment they turned against good Queen Aoife is the moment they died to me.
Huh. You can't knock the found family dynamic, but I don't know. It seems amazing to me that you'd found such zealotry to the queen.
I'm gonna nudge Crash in the hip. Be like,
What, am I doing something wrong?
Killshot says, you sound like a treasonous person yourself.
All right, sorry. I ain't from here. First time talking to nobles.
Yes, well, perhaps you belong with the rest of the traitors. The west of Parvus. The queen is to be obeyed and followed, nothing less.
Can I do like a weird I don't know. I think I get an instinct that's something along the lines of like, can I roll Arcana to see if this guy has some weird magic shit? Because this was, I don't know. My brain's like, he's very zealous, and it seems like
that I had nudged you and like sticking my head in like a lost cause type head shake.
Okay.
So if you want to take that, unless you want to do the Arcana, maybe
I was gonna,
Arcana.
yeah.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
All right, I want to roll Arcana to see if this guy's charmed. Okay, 18.
Nice.
He's not charmed, at least not in any really direct way. He doesn't seem to have any kind of charm on him. He just seems to be a zealous adherent of the queen.
All right, nice talking to you.
And he's like, I've got my eye on you.
Uh-huh. I like muttered to Basnik, am I supposed to insult them back when they insult you? Like, that felt like them play, but I don't know.
You act like I know any more than you.
Right, fair enough. Okay, I think we should both get out of this situation.
In the woods.
Okay.
All right. We are back to Baz's turn.
I'm out.
Baz has used all three of his turns.
Can
Oh
I?
dang.
I don't know if you'll allow this, but can I just for funsies, cast detect poison disease?
Yeah, you want to spend, you can spend the rest of the party like hanging out by the prince and
Yeah,
checking his food and guarding
that's what
his.
I wanted to do the whole time, but I got
Yeah, so
distracted.
after you get out of the hedge maze and then you just kind of like stand around awkwardly near your homies' conversations, kind of like, should I butt in? Should I not? You know what? I'm just gonna protect the prince. And you find the prince, if anybody's still looking at Owlbear, you find the prince standing with Queen Aoife way in the back near where the hedge maze is, and the prince has this look on his face when he sees you come up that is kind of like he's afraid of his mother and a little scared and uncomfortable and unsure, but he's also trying to act like nothing's wrong and he's happy and stuff. And so you walk up and he says, "Oh, hello, Basnik. Wonderful to see you. I was just telling my mother about how heroic you were in rescuing me in your horse form, which
Oh
is your
yeah,
natural form."
did you see that in the maze?
Oh yes, yes, I heard rumors of your excellent performance in the maze as a horse. Yes.
You're too flattering. It was mediocre at best.
Oh
Oh.
my, please don't speak poorly of yourself. If it weren't for you, I'd still be dead at the hands, I'd still be captured by those dirty bandits. And so yeah, what are you setting up to do over here?
Oh, I have stuff to do.
No, I mean you're gonna cast something and do something?
Yeah, I was just gonna cast. I was gonna be like, hey, I'm really bored. Can I just hang out with you? Just like sit in a chair or something.
Yeah, so his mother is sitting in a really fancy looking chair and he's sitting in a moderately fancy looking chair and they're
Like I
kind of
just sit on like one of these chairs over here or something like kind of close to them ish and just be like, yeah, I just kind of want to go home, but my friends aren't ready to go home. And
yeah.
just concentrate on detect poison.
Yeah, and fucking yeah, Aoife looks kind of quiet and distracted and aloof and she doesn't really look very conversational. And the prince makes a little bit of small talk with you. He says, "Ah, so you're a druid. Have you seen any interesting animals in the castle? Maybe some mice you've spoken with or something?"
No, I think don't tell him I said this, but I think Drios eats them.
And he says, "Oh my, I can't decide if that's a racist comment against
Can I roll perception?
from being all the way, you're like in another.
All right, fair enough.
I can't tell if that's a racist comment against Tabaxi or an intelligent comment about animals and what they eat." Uh, and and then you cast detect poison and disease on yourself.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot range.
So it takes about 10 minutes to cast it on yourself. So you're just kind of like mumbling and doing a ritual in your chair as the prince looks at you and is like,
No, it's only one action casting time. It lasts for 10 minutes.
yeah, well, I mean, if you're casting it as a ritual, it takes 10
Nope,
minutes to
I
cast
don't
it.
want to cast this ritual.
Okay, so you just go poof with a
Yep.
yew leaf and you can identify poison for 10 minutes. So as you are sitting there doing that, a waiter comes up with some hors d'oeuvres to hand to the prince, and there's nothing poison about them.
You
And
tease me.
I'm rolling for it, so
Okay.
Oh.
to make it a possibility. And there's nothing poison about the hors d'oeuvres. And then someone comes up with a beverage for the prince, and there's nothing poison about it. And finally, towards the end of this first 10-minute casting, someone brings a little like dessert looking thing over to the prince, and there's also nothing poison about it. And at that point, your spell wears off, and the prince is thinking, do tabaxi eat mice or no? I should ask for Lentis about them.
If any more food or drink gets brought up to the prince, I'll recast it.
Okay, well, if you're hanging out there for the rest of the party, I'll say one more time later, somebody brings food and drink to the prince. If you want to use another spell slot on it, and I'll roll. Oh, can't roll them on the floor. Oh,
Step on it.
yeah. Neither of them are poison.
Dang.
One almost was, says the guy.
Almost an assassination.
Neither of those are poison either. And now, do you tell the prince that you're doing this, or are you keeping it a secret that you're watching his back?
I think we're like playing like tic-tac-toe or like checkers or something.
Yeah, the prince says, "Oh, do you enjoy a game of dragon chess?" And he starts playing dragon chess with you. And if you'd like to make an intelligence roll, you can find out whether you win or not.
Sure, why not?
He rolled very low, so you have a good chance of beating him.
16.
Yeah,
You
so
got this.
he rolled super low, so you can defeat him at dragon chess if you want, or you can let him win.
I'll let him win.
Aw.
And he wins, and he's like, "See, this move is called the triple snake, and Valentis taught it to me. It's one of the tactics that was used in the War of the Continent 20 years ago. I do so I do so feel proud of my skill at tactics and chess."
Again, I'll beat you sometime.
And you very very humbly do not tell him that that you let him win and that he's not as good as he thinks he is. And so those will be the rest of your turns, is hanging out with the prince and protecting the prince. And next we've got Miki, who has one turn left, either for a conversation or an activity.
I'll leave Dryston and just let her go back to what she was doing before, and I'll stay around the other party members and help them out in whatever they need.
So so when you finished winning the dance competition, you kind of dipped Dryston, and you had that little moment where your lips were but a few inches apart. And seeing her this close up, you see that she's not incredibly beautiful. She's almost a little plain, and yet there's something very catching about the way she looks, almost a beauty in her simplicity of appearance. And you feel a bit of spark between the two of you. And when you head off to help one of your compatriots, she says, "Please do come call. We can play croquet."
I'll message back to her so that only she hears and be just like, I would very much enjoy that and very much enjoy your company.
And when your voice explodes in her brain, she's like, "Oh, oh." And okay, so Kaz, you've got two potential conversations that you could have. So what will you do on your turn?
I was actually hoping to help out somebody, but since Mickey is gonna help out, I'll go talk to, I forgot, was Aloysius Killshaw talked to yet?
Aloysius Killshot is
Yeah.
that jerky guy that they were.
Oh,
That's a little finger.
Yeah.
right. Then I'll talk to Danny Mussover.
Okay. Now, uh, so way back when the party had accepted the initial invitation to the Mussover house to get dinner, and they got dinner there, and the party received some gifts, which included the snow globe of exceeding confusion, which was given to Cyrus, who subsequently died in the bear attack, and the globe was passed on to Luna, who passed it to Drios.
It's like he gave
And
a telephone.
The
Drios
cursed snow globe of death.
Drios is not here, but he would have the globe if he were here. But that was retrieved. That was originally received at the Mussover house. None of the people who originally had dinner with the Mussovers are still with the group, but you probably would have heard through the grapevine of people sharing with each other that that you all dined with the Mussovers and received gifts from them, and that Daniel Mussover loves copper, and his daughter Alia loves technology and shooting. And so you head over to Daniel Mussover and Alia Mussover, who are standing, if we look at our owl bear, down in the south of the main ballroom. And would anyone like to provide Kaz with advantage on this interaction?
I don't have any interactions left.
Let's
Sorry.
go.
All right. So
I'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, there you go.
You're coming along?
Can I burn my activity thing instead of my conversation one?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. So you two head over, and let me get my pictures of the Mussovers, because it's fun to have pictures of the Mussovers. Get Alia. So yeah, you head over there, and you see Daniel Mussover puffing his cigar in the southern part of the ballroom, and looking over at you all. And you see near him in a dress that still feels it doesn't feel like your classic sort of princessy dress. It's a bit of a gender neutral dress. Is Alia Mussover with some bright, intelligent eyes. She looks about 14, and she's sipping a little wine, and he's puffing on a big cigar. And they see you approaching, Crash and Kaz, and Daniel says, "Ah, yes, the heroes that saved the queen and her son. Yes, you all are associated with the group that had dinner at our house. Yes."
Yes, we are, though I had not personally met them, but I have heard of them. I came later on in the journey, very much later.
Tell me, is the snow globe that has been in my family for a couple hundred years, is it still safe? We pass it along to that pirate fellow Cyrus, who talked about the stars all the time.
Why, I did see one of my compatriots with a globe. I did not inquire of him what globe it was, but he was in possession of one, and it is very much taken care of.
Ah, well, that's good to hear. And Alia pipes up looking at Crash, and she says, "Oh, hello. You look very interesting. Aren't you an interesting person? Yes, I'm sure you've had a number of adventures."
Yeah, I've had a number. Nice to meet you, young person.
Uh, yes, wonderful. You're an adventurer. You go on adventures, I suppose.
Uh, Recently, yeah, I went on a little adventure with these fine folks.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Daniel says, "Yes, now tell me, both of you, how do you feel about copper?"
Copper.
Uh,
Well, I believe it is useful to an extent, and it is very useful. It has many uses, can be used for any number of tools, or at one point in age, I believe, even weapons. And it does have some substantial value of some kind. So I believe it is at its core useful.
Well, that's an understatement. Yes, copper is fantastic metal. I'm sure you, my tabaxi friend, have seen the value of copper in your line of work.
yeah, yeah, I think I've had my fair share of intimacies with copper as a material. I mean, there's been times where it's all the resources I've really had, so there's something nostalgic and special about it. Also, I think she like holds out her hand, and some runes flash along the back of her hand, and like her fingertips for a second kind of flash a copper color. I can, I don't know, make some myself, I suppose.
Raise your hand if you have inspiration right now. 1, 2. Okay. Honorary inspiration to Eve. I like the phrasing of an intimacy with copper. So it seems to imply an intimacy with poverty and pennies, and therefore having a close relationship with copper. And I like that that is encased in your language. So Daniel says, "Oh, well, yes, I see you both understand the value of copper." And Kaz, go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage, please.
Okay.
He says, Daniel says, "It's interesting. You said some nice things about copper, but at the same time, I wasn't quite sure I heard a particular fervor for the metal, so much as more of a kind of vague approval. And I must tell you that copper is the backbone of my enjoyment of life. It conducts heat, conducts lightning. It is used in coins. It has magical properties, or it interacts well with magic. Oh, copper, a lovely metal." And then Alia pipes up and says, in your adventures, do either of you ever shoot guns? I love guns. Firearms, you know. We have many."
Uh, I've been on the business end of a gun, but I've actually never shot one.
Oh my, well, I'll have to show you. Yes, we could shoot guns together.
Sure. I open to new experiences, I suppose.
Yes, we do something called skeet shooting at our house, where they shoot clay pigeons into the air, and then we shoot them with pistols and rifles and muskets.
Fascinating. Is that a normal thing for upper echelon folks to do?
Oh, yes. Guns are very expensive. Hardly anyone has one, but we do because we can afford them. And oh, they are so entertaining.
Right? Yeah. Entertaining. I'd be down. That sounds great.
Kaz,
Yes.
how do you reply?
Oh, Kaz would reply with he would look at the girl quizzically for a second and then look back at her and just reply, well, I have never shot a gun myself. I have had opportunities, but I've always never been quite drawn to them as much as fancy footwork and skills with a sword, but that's only my upbringing. If you don't mind, I also know a young catman who is actually quite proficient with them. I've seen him work firsthand, and I believe maybe it would be fun for the both of you.
And Alia says, "Oh yes, I'd love to meet a young a tabaxi. Is he a tabaxi or is he a cat man? I'd love
Well,
to meet a tabaxi who shoots guns."
yes, he is a tabaxi. My apologies, I forgot the term for tabaxi.
And you feel a little sweat run down your neck as you realize you used the wrong term for tabaxi was standing for tabaxi. And okay, roll persuasion with advantage again, Kaz.
Okay. I don't want to come across as a racist. Let's go.
Ooh, oh my god. An incredible roll.
You definitely don't.
We have a nat 20. So Daniel and Alia look at each other, and Daniel leans forward to you both and says, your associates who no longer travel with you, to whom we gave the globe, well, they understood the value of copper. So when I ask you this, I hope you'll hear what I'm saying. Is, do you understand the importance of copper? The value and weight and necessity of copper in the realm?
Yes, I do believe I understand the weight, the gravity, and the allure of copper. I've come to a realization that it is quite a pillar, if you will, to many things.
Yeah. And as you are answering this, Alia pipes up and says, there are just, yes, there are too many people who are poor in the chop. There's so many people who don't have money. I don't know why they call her Good Queen Aoife at all. And Daniel says, darling, we're at court.
Oh,
And Alia says, oh, I'm sorry. And takes another sip of her wine, and Daniel says, so I pose this question to you as well, my tabaxi friend. Do you understand the power and weight of copper the way your previous associates did?
sorry, me? Right. Of course. I mean, it's lifeblood of a populace. I mean, yeah, it's something I can feel into, I think. If you're speaking of something metaphorical, I guess I maybe understand. I don't know. Yes. Sorry, so
Cazador,
y'all are anti-queen?
Cazador would nudge Crash like with his elbow and just kind of lean in and whisper to her, I do believe that he is not really talking about copper itself, more like people, impoverished people, and just the importance of the commoners and those who do not really hold social status.
Oh God, I really just thought it was a good coincidence that I had like an emotional connection to that. Uh,
Oh, I thought you were catching it quite clear. I at first thought he
I'm
was
just
an
very
artificer.
honest.
So he looks around when you say, so y'all are anti-queen? Looks around and then he leans closer to you and he says, of course not. Absolutely not. We love good Queen Eva.
Cazador would wink.
And then he kind of he almost whispers to you both and he says, uh, but as I'm sure you're aware, we have a closer blood tie to the line of royalty than the Queen herself does, the House of Mussover. And as the Speaker of the Council of Blooded, we have more support among the nobles and more of a blood connection than the Queen herself does. So just something to keep in mind. But I think you should know that we absolutely love the Queen, and we are so grateful that you rescued her son and her. Yes. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. Cazador would nod his head and he would say, why, yes, we do love the good Queen Eva. She is in no way lacking in any areas, whether it be political or moral. And I do wish to say to your daughter that please do not worry. And he would lean in and whisper this last part. They say there is truth in wine.
And Mussover and Alia exchange a look and sort of nod to each other. And I think that's that. There was something I was thinking of, but I forgot. So it was Kaz's turn. Crash helped. Baz already used his turn. Miki was waiting to help somebody. So then we go back to Kaz. No,
I think it's me.
Crash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crash is next. But we're pretty much out of time for the session. So next time we've got Crash, then Kaz, and Miki will help out with one of those two. And that's where we'll start next time. I have a question to pose to you all. The reason we start at 11:40 Pacific time is because of a player who hasn't been in the game for like 2 months.
Oh,
So I'm wondering if you all would mind if we started at 11:20 instead of 11:40. I know it's Friday night and sometimes people have social plans, so they don't want to start, they might not want to start, too close to social plan time. But would you all like 11:20 instead of 11:40?
That'd be nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes, because it's 1:30 mine time when we start.
Yeah. All right. So next week we'll start at 11:20, and if it doesn't end up causing any like social plan conflicts, maybe in the future we'll move it to just 11 Pacific flat. But yeah, I don't want to have anybody missing because they're like stuck at a movie or stuck at a party or something. So we're gonna start at 11:20 p.m. next Friday Pacific time. And we know where we have Crash and Kaz's turns left. with Miki helping out with one of them. If Miki is here, she might be pulled into another dimension next time. So we'll find out if she's with us. Perhaps, who knows, perhaps she'll be flashing in and out of existence. And we'll have to put together why. I promise that there will be an actual story reason why that is happening.
I have a good idea for it.
She'll be kind of like Withers from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, she'll be at your campsite.
Can you help me change my class, Miki?
Yeah, right now we've got 2 wizards, a sorcerer, and a druid. And if Drios is here, it's an artificer. So that actually sounds like my
A
part.
lot of it.
Oh,
It's a lot
primary
of it.
spellcasters.
Yeah.
That sounds like my party from Baldur's Gate as well. Because I just made them all wizards and tried to handle things with the wizard.
I mean, realistically though, I'm a cleric. I'm a wannabe cleric.
One of you.
You're a horse cleric.
You're a horse cleric. Yeah.
Best cleric.
Yeah.
Hey, I chose the class that I could be in wild shape and have extra HP and still heal.
Yeah, I think we're gonna like tinker with your subclass to make it a little bit more horse oriented. That's fun. All right, so we're gonna move to checkouts. 2 out of the 4 people have inspiration, so we're not gonna do the inspiration vote, but we're gonna do something you enjoyed about the session itself. Something you enjoyed that another player did, any random feedback, and we can do honorary inspiration vote just for fun. Eve, why don't you go first?
Okay, I never go first. Okay.
Scary, isn't it?
Terrifying. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I liked the variety of games. I thought watching Basnik run through a hedge maze as a horse was quite fun, despite the low rolls. And Kaz and his element on the dance floor was wonderful. Oh man. I guess I don't really know the context for Miki's like going up to an NPC and just romancing them, but I do think there's a power move in that. Just like I'm gonna go hang out with one person and then help my allies, and that's it. Like that.
There's a connection that spans dimensions.
A little multiversal situationship.
I'll touch on that in a bit, but yeah.
Random feedback. I have none. My honorary inspiration vote goes to Basnik for being a quiet helping hand in some social scenes.
Nice. All right. Trevor, you're up.
Something I enjoyed about the session. Honestly, I don't know why this got me, but Daniil Moosover, it just reminded me of Scar. Like the voice you did reminded me of Scar from The Lion King. I was like, fuck yeah, that's my favorite movie ever. So I loved it. Something you enjoyed that another player did, Crash. Your social ineptitude just makes me laugh.
You would be
It's
more
so
normal
great.
if they weren't all rich.
It's just so great. As a character that's lived in the woods, their whole known life is just so nice. That I'm not the most awkward person.
Yeah, I like the so y'all are anti-queen?
Yeah.
That was
I rolled
sad.
a wisdom saving throw for her. I was like, oh, she's gonna say something dumb. Hold on.
That was
Any
awesome.
random
Got a 7.
feedback? My random feedback is I wish I could roll higher than a 10. Honorary inspiration to Crash.
All right. Alex.
Yeah. I very much liked all your characters. I'm still very confused on the backstory of Horse Druid. But I'm very much enjoying that.
Me too.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I very much like that. Peeling back the curtain a little bit with Dryston. Initially, when I first ran through this, I thought Dryston was the daughter by accident. So I was my plan was to riz up the daughter in hopes of getting her as an ally so we could potentially have the army that they have as allies. But I fucked up, and yeah, so I kind of decided this time around to just lean more into it, and that's why I kind of risked her up extra hard this time around.
Gotta riz where you can.
The wizard.
So let's do the rest of your checkout.
Yeah. I very much liked the interactions with Killshaw, with just deciding to give up your medallion, just like, here you go.
I have the spell, dude.
Yeah.
I very much liked that, and yeah, I very much liked everything that you guys did. I liked Kaz just going up on a dance competition and being just like, let me work this, getting the nat 20 and everything. I like that. So yeah, honorary inspiration I'd probably give to Basnik. So yeah.
And I've been telling Alex, like, I want you to play with this group because they're really into role play, and so is Miki in the other games. So I feel like it's a good grouping for Alex to have people to that get into the characters a little bit deeper. We have one guy who's really into the characters in the Thursday game, but his attendance is really spotty. So
yeah, he hasn't. He's shown up once in about, was it 3 or 2 months?
it's
where
like
he was just not showing up.
it's like 2 times out of the last 14 sessions.
Yeah.
If you
I think the last combat he was technically part of was an ambush on the way to saving the prince.
Yeah, he hasn't been in a combat in friggin' ages. But anyway, I liked seeing you with this player group. And all right, Zach, you're up.
Yo, like I really liked so I'm just gonna get to the player thing first because I really liked how you, Trevor, you just had Besnik, and every role that he did, you had like a really good and fun, just kind of like a outcome of what happened. Like the horse eyes, how they're sideways, just caught me off guard. That was awesome. And the apple, because I was wondering what you're going to do with that nat one, and you did it so beautifully. Just like, oh, he was hungry. He saw an apple, just lost track of it. It was amazing. And jumping over the hedge and actually getting stuck there, that was just the little cherry on top of that whole situation. I loved it. Something I enjoyed about the session itself, I really enjoyed just like everything, like actually watching people kind of like interact with individuals and their individual kind of like personalities, like the NPCs and stuff, seeing what they would do, how they would react. And it was really, really cool. Like Crash just being like socially awkward in every sense of the word. And then Baznik just being super blunt, like with the prince just telling him he thinks that Rios was eating some rats. That blindsided me. I was like, what? That was awesome. And Mickey, I was like really into your character because the whole can't speak thing was really, really cool. And I liked how you used illusion to actually talk about it because I would never have thought about that. That's a really genius way of working it in.
Yeah.
And
That was a panic look at my options whenever it was a very dire situation with a dire bear. So
Oh, snap.
not gonna tell you where that is, but yeah.
Snap. I love the mystery. It's like an onion has layers. And like I really liked how you're just like rizzing up the girl. Just like the first few minutes and you're already rizzing. I was like we got 2 wizards and 1 wizard. I love it. And random feedback. Yeah, I just really enjoyed the session, including what you were doing, Jake, like with the roles and how each role would have a different prize, like, and each role was different for the checks. I really liked it. It was really cool, really interesting, really engaging. And I love my rapier. It is the best thing. Yeah. Honorary inspiration vote, automatically to Besnick. I just love that whole maze thing.
I think we're gonna turn the honorary inspiration vote for Basnick into a real one. Basnick, you've got real inspiration.
Thank God. So I hoard that thing. I've been holding on to that. I got my first one the first session I joined. I've been holding on to it ever since. I finally used it.
Yeah, the horse stopping to eat the apple was a really good solution to the to the Nat 1 description. So yeah, that was really fun. Drios, I think, just had a scheduling conflict tonight. So if he's back next week, which I think he is, we'll have him show up at the end of the ball and he'll get like 1 turn rather than the 3 as the ball is ending. So we'll have the Kaz and Crash turns and the Drios turn. We'll get into it at 11:20 p.m. Pacific time on Friday next. So be well, everybody. Have a luscious and lovely week.
Thank you, you too.
Goodbye. Have a nice
Take
week.
care, everyone.
Lovely playing.
Lovely playing. Nice meeting you, Alex.
Nice meeting you
Nice
guys.
meeting you, Alex.
Yep, I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I had blast.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think we could have spent the entire session in the where we woke up area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We probably could.
I didn't want to spend too much and sideline the whole thing. So.
It's like, no, we got to figure out this timeline thing.
Mm.
All right.